Well, good morning. Here we are. It's Friday. May 31st. Last day of May. We made it. It's no longer gonna be May, it's gonna be June, which doesn't work as well as it's gonna be May for obvious reasons. But first off, congratulations to Clumsy for becoming the Phantom Menace for the 67th time, destroying the reign of Blue. The era of Blue is done. It's gone. I'm sorry, Blue. We'll get you back there. So good morning to you. Good morning, Blue. Good morning to Old School Quarter, Clumsy Lars. Who else? I feel like there was somebody else. Clumsy heard the Minecraft. Holy cow. What ears to hear the little click of the menu, because I was just setting it up. See? Wait. There it is. See? Here it is. So I was just setting that up because I want to get right into it. I want to use as much time as we can today to get this road done. That's what I want to do. There's Red. Good morning, Red. How's it going? Yeah, the glasses era was like one stream. Remember when I thought, man, at the end of my day, I'm getting such a headache. And it's got to be from staring at these screens all day, which probably contributed. But it turns out that a high stress job is also a really good way to end your day with headaches. And if you're ending your day with a splitting headache, that job's too much pressure. It's too much work, too hard for too little reward. And very few reward is worth feeling defeated, deflated, and having a headache every single day at the end of your job. No, very few jobs are ever worth that, and that one was definitely not. So turns out once you get out of that, everything's much better. So all right, yeah, let's just jump into it, shall we? I'm gonna try the green screen thing one more time and see if it crashes on us today. I'm gonna have to. I haven't really had a chance to redo the other camera yet, so if it crashes on us today, we'll give up on it, I guess. I like it so much, especially for some reason for Minecraft especially. I really like it off. I really like it on. Well, I'll turn it off if we have another crash. It already froze? No, it didn't. Surely not. Everything's fine on my side. Surely not. Everything looks good on my side? Like OBS is up? It's good? Okay. Maybe it's just Lars then. Okay. Phew. I mean, I don't doubt that it's gonna happen. Lars is gaslighting you. Nah. But yeah, I don't know. I like it. What I need then is some time to edit the other camera into a more pleasing scene. I'm not lying. The screen did freeze for me. I understand. I get it. I believe you. Okay. So what do we think now that we're stepping back? I do think from up here, it looks pretty good. It's starting to look pretty good. What were we going to do? I think we're going to come in with red sand, right? I think we're going to come in with some red sand and try to make, you see all these sharp little angles? We're going to try to just fill in a little bit more and then pretty much call it, right? And plants as well. Let's go to plants. Let's see. Let me grab like some of these. Is there any other like plant life around here? There's cactus, or as we say, cacti. Cacti. Oh, there's a mine over here. I never saw this before. Oh, look at this. How cute. It ends though. Cactuses. I think it's cacti. I don't know though. All right. I'm supposed to have work lunch, but I'm not feeling it today. It's okay to stay home and not force myself to go, right? Yeah, absolutely. I believe so. Cactus and dead bush. Are there other... Let's see. Are there other natural blocks? There's a dripstone. Leaves. That's not really what I'm looking for. It definitely isn't going to be short grass. There's the dead bush. Ooh, torch flower. I don't want to overdo it with plant life because there isn't much here. But torch flower sounds kind of interesting. I wonder if that gives off, does that give off light? Both plurals are fine. Cactus. Cactus. Anyway, hanging roots. These are all interesting. There's a lot of stuff in here I haven't seen before. Tall grass, vines. Those will go on walls. Melon seeds, pumpkin seeds, seagrass, fire coral. I could use some stuff like coral to give it sort of that alien feel. All right, that's probably enough, right? But not mine. I just threw random letters at the end. Yeah. All right, let's start then with, let me do a little bit of sand work here. This is just the regular red sand. I don't know what I'm going for here. I'm just gonna try a little bit of something. Or do we think it's fine? I don't know. This has been such a struggle for me, guys. But I'm glad this is like the last day of it. Whatever it ends up looking like after today is just gonna be what it looks like, you know? So let me see. I'm gonna find, so like right here, you see how this is really straight? I'm just gonna add in a little bit here and there. Maybe right there, just to kind of break that up a little bit. Okay. I like it. Where else? Maybe here. Something like that. Just breaks it up a little bit. And then around these, like where I put some of the cracks further out, and put a little bit of sand around those too, just to kind of help that. You can try rooted dirt and podzol on the path. Let's look at the rooted dirt. Ooh, yeah. We did find that. Let me put some rooted dirt in here. Let's put it right there. Excuse me. And then what's the other one? Podzol. Ooh. What does that look like? Well, that's gonna be too green. I love that texture though. For a different build, that feels like moss on a like if you had that plus like brick, it could be like a mossy pathway. That could be pretty cool. A little too green though. Not so bad there. Definitely some interesting color in that one. Not sure though. Maybe too light. What about this one might just be the wrong color scheme. I do love the texture though. The rooted dirt does look pretty cool. Again, I think in a different path it would make a lot of sense. I was gonna do, is this packed mud? Yeah. I was gonna do some packed mud. I think packed mud might be a better idea. But now that I'm looking at it though, I don't even know if I need the packed mud, to be honest. I was gonna do something like this coming into the door. Sort of that terracotta, like that. Let me get in there. There we go. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe this terracotta more for like the mud feel, you know? I won't replace all these. I think those might be okay, the packed mud. Yeah, okay, let's try, we'll do some more packed mud. Especially, I think I'm gonna be a little stingy with it though. Let's not get too wild with the packed mud. Packed mud would make a lot of sense back here. I see it. Ah, that's not where I meant to go with it, but you know what? Yeah, no, never mind. There you go. Okay. Whatever it looks like after today is what it's just gonna look like, you know? It's just gonna look like that. And I bet I come back to this build in a couple of months and I try to look at it. And I bet you anything. Man, how do I keep that from looking just so straight? Okay, quit it. I bet I come and look at it in like a month. Once I've kind of forgotten the build, I'll be able to see it in a different light and go, oh yeah, that looks pretty random. Whereas right now I'm obsessing over it, so it's kind of hard for me to see the randomness in all of it. Something like that. Okay. I kind of like the idea of it being around there. Did you know the back rooms have been found? I wasn't aware the back rooms were something that could be found. Like, for real? KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Great advice, hurts my feelings every time. So true. My mom would say that a lot. Would say, keep it simple, stupid. She like said it in jest. I don't think she was really calling me stupid. I hope. Ooh, yeah, maybe it packs up over here. Maybe some of the mud kind of collects in a corner. In a corner somewhere. You know? She also thought that the band Kiss. She also thought that meant Kids in Satan's Service. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know what you can imagine that my belief system is a little messed up. I don't know what I believe. Ooh, this looks good. The packed mud is helping, I think. The real location that inspired everything has been found. I guess I didn't realize that there was something that like inspired it. I always thought the back rooms were kind of like, I totally get the vibe that they're talking about. There's this mall. Let me turn this music down a little bit. It's a little loud. So there's this mall back in a city. I guess I can say which city now that they don't live there. But my brother used to live in a city called Enid, Oklahoma. And there was one mall in the town, a very small town. It was like an oil fields town, I think, if I remember correctly. Very small town. And they had one mall. And the mall used to be a lot bigger than it was. You can tell that there was a lot of money that had been pumped into that city. And then as literally some of the stuff has started drying up, the town has kind of just barely held on, essentially. And so they had this mall there. And there was about, I don't know, maybe 1/3 of the stores were open. And so they had certain parts of the mall like blocked out. And there's like almost nobody there. And so you'd be walking through what is essentially an abandoned mall with, you know, you'd see some of the remnants of the old stores laying around. Like nobody even cared to like pick it up. And it is an eerie feeling for sure. It's like the ghost of capitalism, you know, like it's the ghost of consumerism, I guess is more accurate to say. Of rampant consumerism, of third places that nobody goes to anymore. It's like haunted, not in like a spiritual way, but in like a haunted from the memories of like when you used to go to the mall as a kid and there's people everywhere and it was a lot of fun and there's very cool stores and the internet didn't exist, you know? So it just feels like a different time and place. So like I've always kind of, whenever I'd seen something from the back rooms thing, I always kind of got the vibe they were going for. Totally understood what they were putting down, you know? So it's a former furniture store in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Does there happen to be like a YouTube video or something about this? Backrooms confirmed Midwest. Started from a 4chan post. Okay. What other things came from 4chan? I absolutely despise that place, but it'd be cool to, I would totally watch like somebody's recap YouTube video of it though. That'd be cool. You want to talk about the scum of the internet. Like, holy cow. Okay, we were doing, what were we doing for the entryway down here? We're doing that terracotta. Okay, let's do that terracotta for the entryway here as well. So it kind of feels like... like that. There we go. You think that looks okay? I don't want to fill it all in with that because I want there to be some, I want there to be like some mystery to it, you know? There we go. I thought, oh, dang it, it was this one. Hang on, go with my original gut there. And then we'll put some out here. It's about that, like that. Okay. And then let's break this up with a little more packed mud. Just not even get a look. I'm just gonna go bump bump, bump bump, and not even look at it. Let's not even look at it. Let's not even try. I put some here. Let's do some entryway right here. Yeah, something like that. A little bit of packed mud. Don't even look at it. Don't even look at it. Just step away. Just step away. It's a very long little video, as in 14 minutes. Lars. I'm a YouTube power user. If a video is not 3 hours long, it's not a long video to me. If I don't see 300 or 310 or something like that, I go, why is this video so short? Babes, you have ADHD, but for some reason, I can put on like super long YouTube videos because I just love the background noise. I think that's what it's more about. As long as a person has an interesting voice, as long as the story they're telling is somewhat interesting, then I have it on for background noise. So maybe that's a different type. I don't know. 14 minutes is a decent length. I'll give you that. But yeah. I was supposed to play Valheim after I finished my chore for today. Well, what are you waiting for? I just messed that whole thing up, but that's fine. Don't even look at it. Just pack the mud and don't even look at it. This was the only building where I put this little like brick slab entryway, and that's fine. I don't care if they're different. I don't care. Who cares? 14 minutes is 25% of the stream. Oh, true. I didn't think I was going to watch it on stream, though. I'll probably watch it on my own time. Very true. But yeah, like if I'm working, or I don't know, like if I'm doing a mundane task, there's nothing better to me than popping in some AirPods or whatever they're called, and listening to a 3-hour video, 3-hour podcast, deep dives into internet lore. There's one called, there's a series called Into the Rabbit Hole, I think it's called. And he makes like super long videos. One time he made a very long video about a game that I played a little bit called EVE Online. And it was like, how long was it? Was it 4 or 5 hours? And recently, Jenny Nicholson did a video on the Galactic Star Cruiser thing, and it's 3 hours, I think. I haven't watched that one yet. I might not even get around to it. I don't watch a ton of Jenny Nicholson, but typically those are fun to watch. I rely a lot on my algo for stuff like that, which is the algorithm. I kind of feel like there should be a path going through here, don't you? Let's see if we can sort of manufacture one that doesn't look too weird or too organized. Maybe this is my chance to kind of make it more meandering. So let's say it goes off to the right here more than it does the left. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Bum. Oh, hey, did you guys hear? Since we're talking about stuff that's been happening recently, and very funny things, you know, funny, humorous comedy things. For the first time in history, a former president has been charged with felonies. 34 counts guilty. 34 counts of guilt. All guilty on a peer-selected jury that both sides agreed upon in a lengthy trial. And once they pulled these people away from the influence of the internet and quote unquote the media, they all were like, holy cow, this guy is guilty as sin. And they didn't even deliberate on it that long. They were like, yeah, he did that. He did it, and it's really bad, and we don't even need to really talk about it that long. Funniest thing, terrifying and horrible, and I'm very scared for our country, but also, like, what else can I do but laugh as Rome burns, you know? Oh, Lars. If only that's how it would work. One would think that if you were convicted of a felony, that you would indeed not be able to hold the highest office in our country, but that is not how that works, and it's very likely, it's becoming increasingly likely, unless they physically put him in prison, that he is running, and also that the people who would vote for him before are still going to vote for him now. That is very, very, very possible right now. And to be completely honest with you, Biden's not helping anything in that regard. Hang on, I'm gonna sneeze. The dangerous place we are right now is that I agree that our support of Israel during this ongoing, like, literal bombing of children, is a big deal. It's a big issue. And I wholeheartedly think that if we lose this election, it'll directly be because of that. The problem is that the only other option, well, I mean, your option is to not vote, but by not voting, you're definitely handing it to Trump, because no one who's voting for Trump is going to be swayed into not voting. I think at this point, right? At this point, I don't think many people are going to be swayed into, like, okay, maybe I just won't vote on that side of the aisle anyway. I think what you're going to see is, I think you're going to see a lot more left-leaning people not want to vote, and I think that's dangerous. So as much as I'm like, I don't want to sit here and preach to you and tell you, like, we got to vote Biden, but it's like, if you think for a second that things are going to be better under that literal dictator, it's going to be worse for everybody. And I'm not saying that what's happening in Gaza isn't horrible. It's absolutely atrocious and downright humiliating to be associated with a country that would do this. Also, given our history, shouldn't be that surprising, you know. But yeah, it's embarrassing. So this is the biggest problem that we have. And someone like me who really does want to, like, kind of try to get people to use whatever influence I potentially have, however little that is, whatever influence I potentially have to try to get people to vote and vote Democrat, because I think that's the best option for us right now. It becomes very hard, because then it's like, well, then you don't care about Gaza. And it's like, no, I absolutely do. I just think it's not going to be any better under Trump. It's going to be 10 times worse, if not more than that. He terrifies me. He really does. And people used to make fun of people for that. Like, oh, you're scared of Trump. Like, watch a man who can get back into the office and have nothing to lose. There's nothing for him to lose now. He can do whatever he wants, because he can't be elected again, at least in our current system, you know. Unless he changes that. And then you just got to hope and pray he can't put any more Supreme Court justices in during his time. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. It's literally our Our empire is crumbling. And I mean, maybe it should. Maybe we deserve it. I don't know. We're doing some pretty bad things. So like, you do bad things and bad things happen to you, you know. It's, for lack of a better word, it's karma, you know. Our founding fathers somehow never conceived that something like this would ever be put into the laws. Yeah, I mean, they never assumed that someone would ever get to the place where like a convicted felon would ever be, you know, elected. Yeah, I mean, I'm not one to say that like we don't have justice coming to us. However, like my issue is it's going to be at the expense of our people, and that's the thing that gets me. Like innocent people who are just trying to live their lives, just like there's innocent people in Gaza who are just trying to live their lives, and they're being ruthlessly cold, genocided. Honestly, it's so yeah. I worry about the people. I don't care about the party. I don't care about loyalty to any particular party. I vote blue because I think that it is the safest way for us to get to goals that aren't achievable right now. And those goals are things like free healthcare for people and like basically Bernie Sanders-esque stuff. That's kind of who I align with the most. Is kind of the more progressive side of the liberal wing. And I don't have the right opinions on everything. I'm sure I've still got a lot to learn and grow, but like yeah, the most vulnerable will be the people who are hurt the most by this. And that's the way that it kind of, the cookie crumbles a lot of times. And I'm not saying that's right, but that is usually what happens. Is people will get all up on their, how do I want to say this? They'll get all up on their soapboxes, and they'll say the right things. I'm not opposed to what they're saying, but then they'll be like, and so because of that, we're just not going to vote. We're not going to vote. And I don't think that's the right thing. Bernie Sanders, unfortunately, is a Zionist. Is he really? Are you sure? Because he's been talking a whole lot about how Israel needs to stop. I don't know. That doesn't really seem like the Zionist position, but I guess I don't know his actual takes on Zionism as a whole. But I mean, he's been one calling for them to stop, so that's at least good, you know. Yeah, I don't know. It's so hard right now too, because like that word's being thrown around to a lot of people who probably don't really understand. Not that you don't understand, but a lot of people who it's being directed to probably don't even know like what that like. If I had said like, hang on, we need to be careful that we're not being anti-Semitic, and then somebody called me a Zionist, I'd be like, I don't even know what that means. He's been shown to be one previously. Yeah, it's really odd though, because he is really, at least from everything I've seen him say and do about this particular issue, he seems to be on the side of they need to stop. So whether or not, I guess I don't care if you're a Zionist. I guess I don't care what your political ideas of Israel is, if you are not hurting people. Because I draw the line at like hurting innocent people. And I don't think that's a brave thing to say. I think I draw the line at like, you should not be hurting people. You should not be bombing civilians. You just shouldn't be doing it, you know? That's wrong. It's just wrong. Call me brave, but it's wrong to hurt children. Like, you know, I just don't think that this is I don't think it's shouldn't be as a divisive of an issue as it is, you know. Well, I guess he is he Jewish? So I guess I could understand why he'd try to both sides some of it, you know, because I mean, this is his heritage. These are his people, you know, so I can understand somebody wanting to be like, look, like not all of us are monsters, you know, and that's where we have to be so incredibly careful, because I've just seen there is definitely a rise, and going to probably be more of a rise of anti-Semitism in our country, and across the globe. And while we need to remain critical of what the Israeli government is doing, we also need to look around us and be careful when we're locking arms in arms and we look over and we see somebody who is legitimately and in every sense of the word anti-Semitic, you know? And I think most people have been doing a good job of that. I don't think just being critical of Israel is being anti-Semitic. I really didn't mean to talk about this morning. I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to be talking about all this, but I should have been probably. But yeah, I don't think that just being critical of Israel makes you anti-Semitic. Absolutely not. But you need to look around. You need to be careful. Look around you and see who else is linking arms and arms with you, and just be aware. That's it. Just be aware. Just be cautious. Listen to the language. Listen to their solutions to their problems. That's where their real beliefs will kind of rear their head, you know? And that's where you'll really start to see it. Wow, look at this. Wait, do I like this? Do I like this a lot? Yeah, right-wingers have been grabbing onto the chance to ride the lib train. It's been it's a weird time. It's the sides have been really scrambled, which is probably a good thing at the end of the day. The sides have been really scrambled. Yeah. Also, I also have to say, this is something I've been wanting to say for a while. I was raised very religious, very conservative Christian, independent, fundamental kind of people. And we were taught growing up, it was drilled into our heads that you stay on Israel's side no matter what. So there's a religious aspect to this too that I think some people maybe don't take into account. It's wrong. It's not right. I don't like it. But I'd be lying if I said that there wasn't some of that programming inside my mind, and I'm 100% sure inside of the minds of most Americans, that you just stand with Israel no matter what. And my thinking is, it's not no matter what. Most Zionists are white Christians. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Which is weird because, well, I don't know if I want to get into that. Because it's very complicated. It's sort of an odd. We like Israel, but also, like, white Christians can also be some of the most anti-Semitic people too at the same time. Like, will send millions of dollars to Israel to support them in their wars, and then they'll talk about the Jewish conspiracy, you know. Gosh, I hope this whole conversation doesn't get this murked. Oh well. But yeah, they'll talk about the conspiracy, you know. It's like, geez. Anyway, I think what I mean from all that is this is a very hard time for anybody in the US who just doesn't gosh, what is the word? It's even hard to place it into words, to be completely honest with you. That looks better. Without trying to both sides it, because I don't think it needs to be a both sides issue. It's wrong what's happening in Gaza. It's wrong. It's wrong. Palestine should be free. We need to be on guard for anti-Semitism because it's very rampant, and we need to be careful about who we look next to and who we're linking arms with. And we also need to be careful not to shame everyday average Americans who are just trying to live their lives, because we're also drowning under inflation. And while a lot of people do care about what's happening, they're also trying to feed their families too. And that's a really hard place to be. And there's a lot of anxiety and fear for our own lives as well. Then you have compound that with with the beginnings of one of the most historical elections of our time, where no one wants to vote for either side. Well, other than the Trump guys definitely want to vote for Trump, and that's not going to change. But like, we don't really like the candidates on either side. So like, we really want to we really would rather have another option. But we're feeling kind of forced, you know? And there's gonna be a lot of name calling. There's gonna be a lot of people throwing each other, you know, proverbially under the bus. And if Trump wins, it is gonna be bad for, it's going to be bad for LGBTQ people. It's going to be bad for, I think it's especially going to be bad for trans people, unfortunately. It's going to be worse than it has been historically. It's going to be worse for anyone who ever... It's going to be worse for anyone who has ever wronged Trump. It's going to be really bad for them. So yeah, I asked for some understanding for the everyday average American who maybe doesn't know any better, isn't informed, and hopefully through reaching across we can like help them understand, you know. Oh my gosh, Bebo, Ams just got here. Yeah, also with Jewishness, you can be Jewish and anti-Zionist. Absolutely. I've seen a lot of people who are like that. Yeah. So anyway, it's a very complicated subject, and I've honestly wanted to talk more about it. One of the things I did is I stepped back quite a bit from it to just make sure that I wasn't reacting in haste. And then a lot of time passed, and I got a little bit guilty that, like, I feel like maybe I left it too long. But I feel, in general, I've expressed that while maybe you don't know every single place in which I stand, I think if you know me for a while, you probably know at least a little where I stand. But it's getting to the point where I'm not sure I'm surviving this election. It's going to be rough, Ursa, but we'll get through it together. We really will. I don't know what's going to turn things around, but I'm sorry I didn't get to jump into Discord with you guys, too. I saw you in there, and I was working, and I was like, oh, I should jump in there and say hi, and then I got an email, and then I forgot. What do we think? I mean, is it good enough? Is it good enough for pictures? Good morning, Coleman. I just got here. That's pretty funny. Not gonna lie, I want to talk about more as well with my plans on my activist projects. That's awesome. I think one of the things I've seen the most eyeballs and change on has been actual in-person, what do I call it? Protesting. Actual in-person protesting, peaceful protesting as it has been. That seems to be the only thing that's really riled people up, water. Right?
It's a roundhouse kick of hydration.
Thank you. You're welcome to block whoever you want to block. You're welcome to boycott whatever companies you want to boycott. I just think there's got to be more than that. Yeah, I think it looks good. Like I said, when I float it up and I just kind of look at it as, you know, as a whole, I think it looks pretty good. Yeah. Oh, Chick-fil-A has always been pretty bad. Like politically speaking. Oh yeah, by the way, one last thing, just to kind of wrap up the whole political hellscape that we have going on here. One last really fun detail, okay, is let's say that, and thank you, Coleman, for the roundhouse kick. Let's say that Trump gets thrown in prison, right? I don't think that's going to happen. Let's just say that happens. He can't run, physically can't run. The Republican convention picks their person like 4 days after his sentencing. So he's getting sentenced on July 11th. 4 days later, on the 15th, I think it is, they will pick they will officially nominate their person for the Republican Party to run. And so if Trump is sentenced to actual prison time, and then the Republican National Convention says, okay, we're not going to endorse him, we can't do it, he can't run, the next person, and as far as I know, the only person who is currently still in running, is Nikki Haley. And you might recognize that name, because that name was recently in the news because she signed bombs. She signed bombs that said, America loves Israel, finish them, or what was that? Yeah. So if we think for a second, like as bad as I think Biden could have been doing much better about his response to what's been happening, he's working on a system. There's a system of support here for Israel that is so deeply rooted that one president's not going to be able to root that out. He could do more. Don't get me wrong. He could do more. And I don't like when it first happened, the thing that rubbed me the wrong way was his speech about like, we unequivocally stand behind Israel. I was like, well, hang on, like, let's take a beat and think about that. So even if that happens, now I don't think Nikki Haley could win. I don't think that Republicans are ready for a woman president. And I think they'll be so mad about Trump that they'll just not vote at that point. I don't think she'd win, but it's like, but these are our choices. Like, this is it. Like, this is what the Republican Party has become, and they're going to need to lose for a decade before I think they learn from it, you know? Probably never had Chick-fil-A, will never eat it. It's not that great, to be completely honest with you. It's fine. It's a little expensive. It's not that great. Coleman, I hope you're having a great day. Everything about boycotting is more about like these companies are directly supporting Israel with funds. That's really what it's about. If you want to do that, you're welcome to do that. I'm not entirely sure how productive it will be. Like, I don't know what the outcome will be of that, but that is what that's typically about, you know. I have 2 kids. I can't stop eating at McDonald's. It'll be a riot in my house. Those chicken nuggies, man, you know. But personally, I really think this, okay? Like, I'm all for activism. I'm all for, you should definitely vote with your dollar 100%. If there are companies that are doing things that go against your morals, like, obviously I would tell you that you should absolutely do that. But personally, and speaking from an American perspective here, the most important thing we can do, and people hate when you say this, but the most important thing we can do is vote. The most important thing that we can do is vote. I know that people say that voting doesn't work, but like, I recently saw some stats about like how so many people just don't vote, that like we could, especially in primaries, like in local elections. So like, it's a trickle up thing. Like, if our primaries and local elections have better turnouts, then that's going to end up being better for everybody. It isn't just about the presidency. It's about it's too much Bush. You think it's too much Bush? You're right about right here. You're pretty right. There's too many lined up here. I don't know. I like a good. Yeah, so especially in primaries, like, people who say that voting doesn't work is like, we haven't really tried, you know? We haven't really tried, to be completely honest with you. Yeah. Is that better? Is that still too... It'd still be too much. McDonald's Israel provides free food to IDF soldiers, and Central Corporate refuses to do anything about it. That's how it started. Too much. Yeah, that's how we got into this problem. Yeah. What we also have to realize is that like we're in a system right now that like, just by the virtue of living here alone, my tax dollars that I don't really have much control over, other than if I vote for representatives who I believe will use my tax dollars wisely, that's that's another reason why it's important to vote, because if you don't have a say where your tax money goes directly, then you got to have representatives who are gonna have your back in that and represent your interests, right? And unfortunately, we don't do that. We obsess about the presidency, and then we just don't vote in general elections and local elections and the places where, like, honestly and truly it really matters more. So yeah, like, even just by the virtue of being here, I am contributing to that. I don't think that's my fault. That's the thing, is like, that's not my fault. I can feel empathy towards that. I can feel the desire to change and want to fight to change that. Absolutely, and I should. I think that's morally right for me to do. But what I don't feel is, like, I feel more anger at the fact that it's a system that doesn't make sense there. There we go. It's a system that has sprung up over 100 years, that has been actively fighting against us. And even just by our nature of us being here, we are contributing to it. You can't be a law-abiding citizen and pay your taxes and not be contributing to it. That's a problem. And that's why I truly feel, boycott all you want. Yeah, obviously it's going to hurt their bottom line. That's a good thing. But, like, for me, I'm pushing. I'm really, 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 really pushing. Please vote. Please. If you're in the U.S., like, please vote. I think maybe this makes me a lib. This makes me a lib. I'm at peace with that. If people want to call me a liberal, I always remember hearing it with such disdain growing up. I've made peace with that. You can call me that if you want. Very lib takes here. I'm sorry, but I think we need to try. And all this energy, all this passion, is beautiful and wonderful, and I think in a good place, especially among the college kids. Like, man. Anywho, I believe in their spirit, and they're so brave, and they're doing the right thing. I also want them to get out and, like, and vote. You know, Pokemon go to the polls, as they say. Oh gosh, that didn't age well. Liberals are so bad. They're so bad at, like, not being cringe, you know? Myself included, I guess. I don't know. How did meditation go? It was horrible. It was an absolute abject failure, and I would love to dig into that. Help me understand why. Help me understand why. Because I don't understand it myself. May was a very hard month for me. But I don't really get why taking 10 minutes to do a meditation really didn't work for me this month. I did maybe two meditations, guys. And I'm still trying to analyze myself and figure out why I resisted that so much. I like meditate. I usually feel better once I do. I think my mind has been too full of thoughts. Lately. And I'm a little scared. If I open myself up to that, like, that I'll have to feel some things. And I don't think this has been conscious on my part. I think this is all my subconscious speaking to me as I play Minecraft. Yeah, I feel like I've been a little resistant to it, and I don't know why. Because I think out of any month of this entire year, this would have been the month where it would have helped a lot. You know, I think overall I did pretty good this month. I think there's a lot of stuff that happened this month, some of which I've talked about, some of which I can't. And I think overall, like, my mental health has been pretty good. I'm actually pretty proud of myself for how I've handled certain situations. And I don't know why, even in the midst of feeling that way, that I avoided meditation. And I don't really know why. Maybe we should have something else, and meditation should maybe be later in the year. Yeah, maybe. I don't know what it was, guys. I think it's what I just said, so I guess I know what it was. But I don't know. I didn't actively go yuck, I'm not going to meditate. That's gross. I don't want to, but I found it slipping my mind a lot. And then I even had a reminder on my phone to remind me because, I'm a forgetful lad. I had a reminder on my phone to remind me, and I still forgot. Well, no, I didn't forget. I'd see that reminder come up and I'd just dismiss it. I wouldn't even really think too much about it. I'd just go, nope. A little reminder that just says, hey, did you meditate today? And I go, nope. And I dismiss it, and then I go about my day. So I don't know. There's definitely something there. I don't know why I was so resistant to it. I feel like it's the only month, even though there's been some months of the focus that we've done where I haven't really achieved whatever goal I set out to be. This was the only month where I feel like I really did actually fail because I didn't try. And this will be a really interesting month to unpack. When we do our year recap, this will be a really interesting month to try to make sense of, All right, what do we think? Enough bushes? I try not to go too wild with them. What's August? I think we don't have anything for August yet. I think, right? Or was that the breathing exercise of the gust of breath? Is that what that was? And ad is on the way. Thank you, Bebo. Kelt, good morning. I'm sorry I didn't see you there. In August, I'll meditate. I guess I'll meditate. I think part of the struggle with meditation too for me is the ADHD aspect of it, where my brain is so loud that it's very hard for me to quiet it down, and focus in on letting thoughts come and go, and feeling feelings and stuff like that. That's very hard for me. With that, I always just thought something was wrong with me. Why am I not achieving inner nirvana when I meditate like most people? And I was like, oh. Thanks for that pin, Ams. I didn't know it was pinned until just now, but yeah, I think that's a big part of it too. But also, I think I was probably avoiding something by not, by just kind of it's so weird. I felt like I pretended the whole month that I'll do it. I'll start it. And then now it's literally the 31st and it's gone. I remember around the 15th, I was like, I have a whole half of the month. On the back half of the month, I'll really get into it. And then I'll be like, look, guys, hey, look at all the meditations I did. It was 2. I'm trying to decide if edibles are helping that or not. I don't know. I've never tried anything like that. Never tried anything like that. Never, I don't think I want to take ADHD medication. I don't think I do. I would be more inclined to take ADHD medication if I had a grand plan of something that I really wanted to accomplish, a dream goal in my life that I'm like, this is what I want to do. I want to spend every amount of brain power I can on this. I would consider starting to take medication if that were the case. But work is very not demanding, at least currently, which I love, and I'm trying to milk that for as long as I possibly can. Yeah, work is not super demanding on me. My family life is great. Love my kid, love my wife. I'm not having any struggles there, other than the general being forgetful kind of thing, which is annoying, I'm sure, especially to her. I've heard that the right med helps so much, but also finding the right doctor is a challenge in and of itself. Yeah, I've heard good things about Vyvanse. I've heard really good things about Vyvanse from people who I consider their brains to kind of be similar to mine. And the thing that attracts me the most to it is that it's a very slow, delayed release over the course of a day. And that's what I feel like I want. I don't want instant energy. I don't want instant focus whenever I need. I don't want to pop a Ritalin or something like that. I want to be stable throughout the day, Hey, you did come back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are still in Minecraft. We're just kind of chatting a little bit too. Usually on Fridays we chat a little. But hey, you made it. I'm glad you're here. Well, thank you for the 5 bits too. You're too kind. Thank you. You said you'd come back. You're here, and you're here with bits. I love it. But yeah, Vivance is one that seems attractive to me. But then I'm always just like, I don't know. I just don't know if I truly really need it. You know, you just finished doing your first real Minecraft stream. Congratulations. That's cool. That first stream, it's the hardest one. Have you streamed before, or is this just the first time doing Minecraft? Is this your first time streaming or just streaming Minecraft? Either way, it can be hard sometimes to like pull the trigger on something new. So that's good. Good for you. My first real stream. That's awesome. That's awesome. I understand the first real stream feelings. It can feel daunting, but focus on whether or not you had fun personally. And that's what's really going to matter. That's what's really going to do it for you. Whether or not you had 3,000 people there or not. Just focus on having a good time for yourself, and then the rest will come. That's awesome. I love it. I've been there, and I feel that feeling so real. I started doing streaming pretty seriously towards the end of 2020. So coming close on 4 years now. I had lots of fun, and chat was engaging too. That's awesome. That's perfect. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I remember those first stream feelings, you know? But it can be a lot of fun. It can be a ton of fun. So yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know if I'll ever feel the need. I mean, honestly, if I probably took some, I'd probably have this Lego sorted. I'd probably have it completely sorted and done by now. You might notice, by the way, it's kind of dark in here because I didn't turn on the main light, but there's some containers over here. There's some containers here. I'm starting to pull everything out. And trying to put it in places strategically in the room that will make sense for me. And we're about to go into about a week of hardcore Lego sorting. That is the plan for tomorrow, Ams. We will do... Well, no, wait. We won't do Lego sorting tomorrow. I'm so sorry. We're going to take pictures tomorrow. I need to figure out how to spawn in villagers into this place. And then take some screenshots. So we'll probably be doing that tomorrow. We'll probably be finishing Minecraft tomorrow. Eggs, spawn eggs. Try it now. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, let's try it now. Spawn. Oh, wow. Oh, no. Guys, my kid knows about the donkey one, but he does not know that there's all these other ones. Okay, here's a villager. I didn't do any cactus, but that's fine. Wandering trader, vindicator. What is a vindicator? Vex, turtle, trader llama, wither, wolf, zoglin, zombie, witch, tadpole, skeleton, silverfish. I'm just looking at all the... Okay, I guess just villager, right? An illager will kill... It's a bad guy. It'll kill the villager. An illager? Okay, let's spawn a couple and then we'll see what happens to them. Oh, should I put beds down? Should I put beds? Should I line one of these with beds? I didn't even put any of those flowers down either. Oh well. You only live once. I just forget which one it is. Okay, let's put down some beds. Vindicators are terrible pillagers. Oh no. We want them to stay, so we want them to have beds. Do I need anything else other than just beds? Whoops. Dang it. I found a mansion yesterday, just happened upon it inside the game. That's pretty cool. Whoops. Well, that makes it really dark. Holy cow. These are like frog lights, right? Is that what they were? A verdant frog light. just didn't go into the mansion, though. Why not? I'm going to need a lot of beds, I think. Oops. Add a little walkway through for the door there. Yobo, you only build once or twice if it's Am's favorite build. I mean, what? Nah, that was just necessary. Yeah. Come on, come on. Okay. Okay, I probably shouldn't mess around with that anymore. That'll be fine for now. We'll put more tomorrow should we need it. Excuse me. All right. I want to crowd.
Guys, I was supposed to go to work today.
Hey, look at that.
I gotta go.
Are they all gonna just look the same? Oh man, if my kid finds this and sees this. Can you hear the people say, singing the songs of victory? I don't know if that's how that goes. Maybe put jobs down? What are jobs? Mansions can be deadly. Pillagers with other mobs. Really? Hey, does anyone know? So there's that Star Wars mod or like game pack that we got. Look at them. Look at them. They're beautiful. There's that Star Wars game pack that we got. And they had like stormtroopers and stuff. Is there a way for me to like bring that into here and like spawn? Because it'd be cool to spawn stormtroopers lining this. And can you get them to stay in one place? That's my next question. Is that a baby? Is this a baby villager? Look at him looking up at his dad or mom. I don't, or whatever. Look. Oh, why is that so sweet? It's like you never played this game. I kind of haven't. Outside of creative, I mean. Look at that. Why is that so cute? He's just looking up at him. Stop. Stop. You're too cute. Get away. Get away. Get away from me. I can't handle it. I'm going to start crying. 'Cause my kid's getting freaking tall. He's tall. They jump on beds? No, they don't. No. Wait. Kids like to bounce on beds, so you need 2 blocks above the bed so they can bounce. Stop it. That's so cute. What the heck? Ads have ended. Welcome back. The kids are jumping on the beds. Can I do it too? I can. I can jump on the bed. When did they add jumping on beds? I've been away too long. I've been away too long. Come on, let's jump. Are you kidding me? Like, that's like Zeke's favorite thing to do is jump on beds. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, stop. Stop. Are they multiplying? Is that what's... Wait, is that what's happening? Oh. 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 Wait, do I still have that on here? Hang on. Yeah, hang on. Oh, they're... Okay. No, they're judging me now. Only if they have food. Only if they have food do they start that. Well, I mean, I keep seeing little kids pop up everywhere. Okay, well, let's see. Is this a kitty cat? Do they have kitty cats now too? They don't like being watched. I understand that. Me too. Look at that cat. Oh no! Wait, can you spawn cats? Wait, is there a cat spawner? When my kid sees that there's a cat spawner, it's all over. I'm going to have to show him. I'm going to show him this today. You probably have golems too spawning. Really? Huh. I think we need more people. But I don't hate it. So is there a way for me to freeze them in place somehow? Because what I'd also like to do is the big scene in here is lining them up down this road. We could talk about it tomorrow. Cobwebs. Will they get stuck in cobwebs? Okay, let's play with some of this tomorrow. Tomorrow will be our big finale. We'll try to get some more villagers in here. We'll try to see if we can line them up somehow, and we'll take a bunch of pictures. And then we'll just chat most of the morning, okay? So that's the plan for tomorrow. Then the plan going into next week is going to be the Lego sorting. It's a Lego sorting week at least, maybe more. We'll see how long we go. But each morning, I'm going to get this whole thing set up to where I can just kind of keep it all set up for the day, for the week. And my ADHD be damned. Even though I'm going to hate having all this out because it just looks too cluttered to me, I'm going to spend a week just being in clutter for a little while. June also, guys, June, excuse me, June is Educate, which is to educate yourself on something that you've always wanted to learn. My goal for June is to, I'm hoping I'm gonna have time to do this now. Is to start work on Bebo. Bebo, you've seen, has been kind of he's been a little off the rails, I guess you could say. And so we're trying to get him reeled in, trying to add some new features to him. So part of what I want to learn is doing a little bit of Python in that. So I'm going to start doing some research on that and see if I can't use any kind of like advanced learning tools. So Spooky has this with Skeleglen, not to break the immersion, but the bot learns from his chat. So like what that bot comes up with is very tailored to what his chat talks about. And that's kind of what I want Bebo to be as well. That, you know, he's going to talk a lot about Lego. He's going to talk a lot about Star Wars. He's going to talk about how Ams doesn't like Star Wars. Like the things we talk about, he's going to talk about. That's what Bebo's coming harder for you. Listen. Our goal is to make him self-sentient and hands-off, you know? So as I understand it, there's a tool I can use for that, but it does require a little bit of Python. And that's always been something I've kind of wanted to learn. I may not learn it entirely, but that's kind of my project. I'm going to learn something new. I'm going to try to set aside time at least once a week to work on that, if not more. In addition to, I'm starting to do a lot more editing lately for some stuff that we'll talk about soon. I want to do my own editing, so I want to set aside some time for that as well. I have a lot of stuff that I want to do. We need him emoted. I agree. Once we kind of get his personality set, and to where he kind of evolves and grows along with us, I think that would be a great time to get him emoted. Yeah, he will be basically Chopper. He'll be a menace like that. So yeah, that's the goal. Right now, he's got very rudimentary, randomly picked lines that I wrote into there. And so he needs some tweaking. He sounds a little too Gen AI-esque to me, and I want him to be a little more off the rails. And the fact that he can learn from what my chat talks about, that's the part that I'm very excited about. So I'm going to try to learn how to do that over the course of June. So be thinking about what you guys want to learn how to do. It's about teaching yourself to do something new. It doesn't have to be a skill per se. It could be knowledge. Some of us, myself included, could probably start reading up more on, you know, the Palestinian conflict, the Israel-Palestine conflict. That would probably be a good thing to educate ourselves on. Educate ourselves on voting and why it matters, and why I really still think that it's pretty much our only hope for this country. And I have very little hope left, but it is still there. AMS can teach us science. That's very true. Would love to hear maybe some random science facts from you that maybe the chat doesn't know. during June. That would be fun. You want to teach him, may the Schwartz be with you and also with you. Advanced thermodynamics, please. That sounds great. That'd be awesome. Yeah, just hit us with like a really hard, like advanced thermodynamics, like questionnaire or something. Every once in a while, like trickle it in throughout June. June is all about learning. We're going to learn together, okay? We're going to learn. Well, I hope that this hasn't been too alienating for everybody. I know we talked about a lot of stuff, a lot of hot topic issues today. And I hope that everybody understands where I'm coming from and understand that I don't know everything. And I've got a lot to learn myself. But what I do know is that like hurting people is bad, equals bad, and we shouldn't do it. And that doesn't seem to be, to me, that doesn't seem like it should be a huge deal, you know? Is June also Pride Month too, by the way? I was just about to go send you over to Glitch. And I think June is also Pride Month, right? So happy Pride Month too. It is. So don't forget that too. We can learn things about that as well. We're never trying to co-opt the, we're not trying to co-opt the month into adjudicate. It's also Pride Month. It can be two things at once, right? Thank you guys for being here. Ursa, I appreciate you. Thank you. That needs to be recolored rainbow. I should have a Pride emote, shouldn't I? While I don't fall within the category of LGBTQIA+, I do think that we need to be kind to them, and I'm completely fine with them having a month to celebrate who they are. Not a big deal to me. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. The people who make it a big deal is kind of weird. It's kind of weird. You can get free ones, really? Okay, I might have to look at that. Yeah, because I know we got a lot of people here who don't exactly, fit what they'd call the straight mold. We got a lot of people here. That one's kind of pridey. Doesn't have all the colors though. Is there a Pride B? Is that a bi B? Wait, no. I don't know the color. I honestly do not know the colors and what they stand for. The raid is happening. Thank you. The raid is happening. The timer's counting down. It's almost time to go. I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful Friday, and I will see you tomorrow, where we will put the cap on the Minecraft journey. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay, bye.